and time don't matter to me. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Southern Extreme TV. I have some very, very big news, and probably judging by the cover photo or thumbnail of this video, you guys know what that is. I am welcoming a new boat to the family, and it's not just any boat. It is a big, big boat. Not as big as probably some of the boats that you guys are probably used to fishing on, but it's definitely bigger than this little 12-foot John boat that I did a review, or did just a kind of walk through show about in one of my last videos. This boat is a 23-foot center console. Me and my dad have been talking about getting a bigger boat for some time now, and we finally pulled the trigger on it. Everything worked out. Beautiful boat, awesome guy that owned it, that we bought it from. The boat's been well taken care of, and it's not a new boat by no means. It's actually it is actually an older boat. It's actually a 2002 Sea Pro, and for those of you guys that have been keeping up with the channel and stuff, you've probably seen me fishing in Destin, Florida on a 16.5-foot kind of skiff hybrid bay boat type deal that I have, that I bought whenever I was in college. And it's a 2002 as well. Actually, it's a 2001 with a 70 horsepower motor on it. This bad boy is a beauty, and I'm gonna show you guys this boat today. We're going to do a grand tour, kind of walk around, show you guys a little bit of everything that's on the boat. This is day one. We went and got the boat yesterday, got it back yesterday, got back here late last night. So I've done nothing to this boat whatsoever. This is actually the first time I've walked up here and put eyes on it while it's on my property. There she is. A 23.5cc is the model name for this boat. Look at her. Oh my gosh. 200 dual axle trailer, obviously for a boat this big, 120-gallon fuel tank with a 250 Yamaha on the back. It's not a 4-stroke, it is a two-stroke. That is the only negative that I have about this boat. Really wanted a 4-stroke motor, but those 2-strokes, they're really reliable, and for what we paid for this boat, we got a dang good buy on it. We got a really good buy on it. So super excited about it. The boat drives good. The boat will actually fly to be that size. So with that being said, let's jump up in here and take a look at this big old son of a gun. Climb up here. Oh man. Woo. Got the captain's bench here. Big live well right here. I've got mud all over it from where I walked up here, but it's got kind of the self-locking hold open style lids. Hit that button there, falls down perfect. Little storage compartments here where I can slide some gaffs. Guy actually left his gaff on the boat for me, which is really nice of him. T-top up here. It's got lights back here that'll shine down in case we go trolling at night or something like that, for maybe some striper, something along those lines. Just a dang all around awesome deal. Take you up here. This is one of the coolest things that I think is on the boat, and it's kind of like I don't want to say it's simple, but it's something that I never thought that I would have on a boat that I own. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Hopefully you guys can see in here. It's kind of got some seat covers and stuff, but right there is a dang porta potty, and that's like a little cabin thing. It's got like a little sink, a little storage space in there. Just a daggum awesome deal. So I have a boat that has a dang porta potty on it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Up here you've got a big casting deck. And what I like about the casting deck is even I'm up here and I'm really high up above the boat, I still have some good bracing right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's kind of tough filming out here right now with the sunlight. But I love that. I can get a good stable brace if I'm in rough water, and I can make those casts, work a lure if we're on a school of fish or anything like that. Guy also gave us 2 anchors, 2 really big anchors with a good bit of anchor rope, I believe. I actually haven't even looked to see how much anchor rope is in here. A good bit. So there's a good bit of anchor rope in there, which is awesome. There's also some wires in there, which I'm not. Oh, we got some wires going there. Looks like they're going to my running lights, which is kind of odd for them to be in the anchor bait well, or the anchor line locker, whatever you want to call that. I don't know what it's technically called, but big spotlight there, shines down onto the bottom. It does have LED lights that are in the bottom here. Don't know if you guys can see them right there. Turn those on at night and it just shines and illuminates this entire deck. Beautiful stainless steel rail. It goes all the way around. I was never really a fan of these rails. I thought they looked kind of big and kind of tacky. And now that I have it, it's not as bad as what I was expecting. I actually kind of like it because, like over here on this side, I've got a stainless steel rod tube, which needs to be tightened up a little bit, looks like. But there's a rod holder. There's another rod holder that I can put out. And I also have one on the other side here. So I've got another rod locker right there, which is, or I keep calling it a rod locker. Why am I calling it a rod locker? Rod holder. I have another rod holder right here. And then you can do all kinds of stuff. There's no telling what you need to, like if you want to tie up to something, maybe you don't want to use your cleat, you could use that. I mean, just all kinds of different stuff. It's just so much boat. I have so much room for activities. So much more activities on this boat. It's incredible compared to my 16.5 foot little bay boat. Just a awesome deal. It has hydraulic steering, which just makes this thing extra crispy smooth. Nice and crispy there. Oh man, just beautiful. It's got a compass up here. Oh, my thumb ain't wanting to work for me. Shoot. Well, there we go. 7th time is the charm. What's the deal? What is the deal? There we go. So we got a nice little compartment up in there. You can put some different things. There's some dang trash. I'll need that. I'll pick that up later. You got an old fish finder here, which I'm glad we've got an old fish finder here because I'm going to put some new electronics on here. And what that means is that he has an old transducer that is going to have cabling ran to the back, which is going to make my life a lot easier once I go and start pulling or trying to pull wire to get new electronics. What I'm thinking about doing, I want you guys to comment down below. Some of you guys that do the offshore thing a whole lot. I'm thinking about doing dual units, dual systems. I'm thinking about doing like either a 9 or a 12 inch here, and mainly using that as like my GPS kind of map type unit. And then I've got the Lowrance Elite 7 that I have on my other center console that I absolutely love. And I'm thinking I'm just going to buy a new transducer and a new power cable for it, rig this up so that way I can take that Lowrance off of it and also put on here and use it strictly for my down scan imaging and my sonar while I'm out there fishing. So that's kind of the idea that I've got in my head. The guy I bought it from has his units mounted up here, which I kind of understand why he did that. He said, you know, that he didn't really want to drill into this. He wanted to keep that as like a really good dry area. And I understand that. The only concern that I have is, God forbid, if with my luck, and I've got some bad luck, if you're pulling this thing down the highway and something kicks up over your truck and you've got this little bit of a gap here, maybe you have your electronics mounted up here, it's just gonna dadgum come straight through here, hit all of that stuff and just possibly break that stuff off. On top of the fact, if you're in some rough water and you take on a wave and maybe it crashes over the bow, or you know, crashes over and you get some of that that spray or that mist, it's just going to be coating all of your units. And you guys know as well as I do that salt water is really bad on electronics. So that's really and truly what I'm worried about, to be honest with you guys. I mean, only thing that kills me is he's already got holes that are drilled here and here. So the holes and the cabling are already there. So I'm kind of torn between, do I mount them up here or do I mount them down low? If I mount them down low, it makes more sense because you got this screen here, and I don't know. I don't know what to do. I need your guys' help. That's what I really need help with on this video. So if you have an opinion, should I mount my dual units here up top or should I mount them down low? Comment down below and let me know what I need to do because I need some help. I cannot make decisions. I'm super bad at that for whatever reason. I can't make decisions. Oh, that's a sweet, sweet sound. This boat will absolutely fly, guys. We took it out and we did a water test on it yesterday in the pouring rain, which what is new with the way this weather has been this year. So we took it out, we drove it, just did absolutely awesome. Did everything we were wanting it to do. Really and truly, I've got 2 negatives so far about this boat. I'm not that upset about it not having electronics on there because even if it had electronics on it, more than likely, because I'm so picky, I would have to put my own electronics on there because I want a specific unit and I want it set up the right way, or what I think is the right way in my personal opinion. So the 2 negatives that I've got on this boat, first one, it's not a 4-stroke motor, it's only a 2-stroke. And it's a what do they call it? The HPDI, high pressure direct injection motor, which means it has a separate oil tank that shoots the oil and mixes it together internally, and I'm not a fan of that. The reason being is because my other center console boat that I have is a 2-stroke motor as well, but I pre-mix the oil inside my gas tank. And the reason that I like that is because it does not give the opportunity for a oil pump or you to run out of oil, anything like that. As long as you have gas in your boat and you put the right amount of oil in it, whenever you stop and you fill up, then you are going to get back home. This has a little, that's just adds an extra step or an extra thing for something to go wrong, which is kind of what I'm worried about. So that's the one negative I got. Or that's the first negative. The second negative is, let me show you guys this. So right here, I don't know, whoa, easy does it. I don't know if you guys can see this right here, so you can tell that there's a lot of your bigger boats that you have has like a solid wall right here. Typically those guys, you know, it's made for that you can lean up against, or you put seats down right here. This boat doesn't have that. This boat just kind of has like it's just kind of open here. I mean, I've got some good, you know, rod holders right there, but other than that, it's just, I mean, there's nothing here, and it's pretty much level from here to where the motor is mounted is pretty much level. Now obviously it has a little slope to it, so that way it will drain and run back out into the drain holes. I'm not really a fan of that. The reason being is, let's say you're backing down on a fish. Maybe you're throwing this bad boy in reverse and you're chasing down a fish for whatever reason, or maybe a big wave comes over the back. If you're standing here, that wave could very easily come up and over that little bitty wall right there and kind of come up in here and get everything wet, which it's not that big of a deal. It's just one of those little things where I'm like, I'm nitpicking everything. But if that's the only 2 negatives I've got on this entire thing, then I think we're doing okay, in my opinion. So I cannot express how absolutely thrilled I am to have this boat, to have the opportunity to possibly bring you guys along on some awesome stuff on this thing. The one negative, another negative, is I do not have a place to wash this boat. It will not fit under our carport. So every time I come up here and I work on it and I step around and do stuff, I've got mud already all over it. And of course we knocked down some dang tree limbs dragging it up to get it up here into this field. So it's covered in pine needles, which is also kind of like a negative, I guess, because it was super nice when we got it from the guy. I mean, it was just absolutely as white, pearly white, clean as possible. And now it's just got kind of random stuff everywhere. Pine needles and limbs and crap like that, and that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I can't be too upset about it because we'll be able to clean it one day. I'm sure I'll figure out some way to do it. So I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with me and watching today's video, for doing kind of a walk around tour of this boat. It means the absolute world to me that you guys are taking the time out of your busy day to hang out and watch what I've got going on. I'm excited to bring you guys along on the maiden voyage. I can't really call it the maiden voyage because I took it out to test drive it, so I guess that's technically the maiden voyage, but we're still gonna call the first time that I take it out as the owner of this boat, we're gonna call it the maiden voyage. So guys, it's been absolutely awesome. It's been fun. Comment down below what you think I need to do as far as my electronics go. Do I mount them high? Do I mount them low? Pros and cons to each. Give me your opinion. Might help me decide. As I start doing some small stuff to it, I will try to bring you guys along through that. There's not a lot I got to do to the boat. The only big things I got to do to the boat is I need to add a onboard battery charger. And I also need to add electronics. Those are the two really big things that I've got to have on this boat. Other than that, everything else is pretty much set up and ready to go and ready to put in the water and fish. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you liked today's video, hit that subscribe button right here in the top left corner. It means the absolute world to me, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me and spending the time out of your day here with me on Southern Extreme TV. Let's grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers. It means the world to me. I'll see you guys next time on whatever it is I may be doing. I'll be sure to bring you guys along. Thanks for watching.